5 years ago, everything was perfect for my wife and our little daughter. We had everything running along like a smooth top. Our life was normal, nothing to complain about. We were still in love. We still are in love. And I wouldn't be here today if but for the hole in my daughter's heart, which then created a big pain in my wife and my hearts to think that our little daughter was imperiled. But hey, she came through the surgery like a champ. She's still fine today. Everything was great. We had a normal life. I wouldn't be here if but for the fact that then I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. My wife was going to accompany me to a cancer center and set to go. She became ill and I had to fly off on my own. And there I was with no support, but knowing that she was home with my daughter, I would be fine, and everything was going great in the billing office. It was going to be an easy surgery, high chances of survival, until the billing clerk said to me on my way out to the lab, "Oh, by the way, make sure you take a lot of pictures of yourself now, because of course you know your hair is going to fall out." And so I left her cordially and walked away in a total head, tail spin, everything spinning. And I realized I was so not fine. My life was not so fine. And I was back to where I was, not as badly as when finding out about our daughter, but still not good. So I walked over to the lab in a total funk, realizing that this was pretty serious if my hair was going to be falling out. And into the lab I went. It was pandemonium in there. Nice people running the lab, yes. Nice people coming into the lab in some pretty sorry states, I would have to say. An older couple who I couldn't tell which one was coming in for cancer. A man who had half of his jaw missing. Some pretty unfortunate people, and I began to worry about myself as well. Nobody should have cancer, not somebody as young as myself, none of these people. And yet there I was. It was so noisy. Everyone had to get a ticket. You had to get a number. Everyone was yelling at the same time, talking at the same time. Lots of noise. You couldn't come to the front window unless you had your blue folder filled out. The blue folder sign was there, how to fill out your blue folder. Everyone was complying, but there was a big sign at the front, "Do not come forward without your blue folder." And just processing all this seemingly normal information in a very unnormal circumstance made me feel completely out of control, devastated, hollow, panicked. I don't have time in the day or my life to list, let alone your time here, to list all of the feelings that were going through me at that time. And yet I was totally turned upside down, inside out, despite the fact that I am a therapist who heals other people's lives. But my life was so unhealed at that moment. And I was in a terrible, terrible, terrible state, as I'm trying to describe. And as you might imagine yourself, when harsh reality had suddenly set in, that yes, this was me who had the thyroid cancer. I didn't know how I was going to turn out, and there I might be, looking exactly like the man without part of his jaw, or some of these other people who frankly didn't seem to be faring so well. I worried about my wife. I thought about the future my daughter might have. I was in a total tailspin by this point, and suddenly I tried to pull out tricks that I've used for my clients to support them when they're at their lowest point, and it occurred to me to try to get in touch with the things that I was grateful for. So right away, of course, I thought about my wonderful wife. I just don't know what I would have done without her, or what I would now do without her. I can't believe I didn't once know her. She's fantastic. And of course, I thought about our daughter and how our life really is pretty darn good. How, yes, it's terrible that these people were in the room in their state, but I maybe might not get to that state. I might be okay. There were a lot of people in my life, clients that I'd helped so far to turn their lives around and make their whole families whole. And I started really focusing on these good things in my life. Instead of being in a tailspin and going out of control and getting to the point of, this is hard, getting to the point of catastrophizing, I decided to do the opposite of catastrophizing, whatever that meant for me in the moment. And what it meant was to really, really focus on the good things. I started calming down. I started thinking about my daughter, really in the moment, mindfully thinking about my daughter, mindfully thinking about my wife, mindfully appreciating. And as I did all this, I realized that my heartbeat was slowing down, my mind was slowing down, all this spinning was slowing down, my catastrophizing was slowing down. And I realized that this very trick, this very tool of focusing and slowing down and getting in touch with what's really important and letting all the garbage out was a metaphor for really how I needed to live my life after I survived my cancer treatment that many years ago, after I came back to my clients, after I came back to my colleagues. I learned that the importance of slowing down is just stopping the noise, stopping the day-to-day riffraff that goes on in your head, and taking time out to really focus, taking time out to know really what is important, taking time out to get in touch with the inside and the outside, with people, with yourself, with spirituality, for however it works in your life, and to be with a silver string, with a silver cord, to the people that mean the most to you, and most importantly, a silver thread to your heart, to know always what is important, and not to let the blue folders in life, the tickets, the screaming, the noise, the fear of what might happen, get in the way of living today. Get in the way of living moment to moment, because that is what life is. I wish you a silver cord to everyone who is important to you. I wish you a silver cord to your own heart. I wish you the ability to slow down, to get in touch, to be in touch together, and to find true meaning in a way that is slow, peaceful, and authentic for yourself. Thank you very much for listening. Okay, well, that was some kind of a cock-a-bullshit thing that I just made, obviously, and I haven't had this problem, but I was making it up to illustrate having continuity of sentences and, God, I look awful when this is close. Continuity of sentences and some kind of a continuous story that has a point that hopefully is more articulated and obviously more condensed. Okay, that's it.